Right, well, it's been a few weeks since I put up any kind of video. It's been pretty busy around here. I've been obviously getting everything ready for the coming fishing season. Unfortunately, the weather's just a pain in the ass all the time. It's either windy, rainy or snowing, all sorts of crap. I was hoping to be down actually with the boat, well now really, not with the big boat but with the dinghy doing some fishing. I've had to obviously postpone it temporarily until this weather sorts itself out a bit. But hopefully we should be down in the next week or two and hopefully getting some footage. Now as far as footage go, you'll see in front of you cameras. This is the cameras that I actually use when I do any filming and that. Now you see this one, this is a really old Sony Handycam. It was alright. The trouble is it only does 720, so you've got to upscale the thing, and when you filmed with it, put it in whatever format it was a right pain, because every time you change the format it would really mess with the quality. You might see some in the earlier videos or somewhere it's close to water with this one, the way it blurs up, and that's basically changing the format, and once YouTube gets hold of it, it messes it up even more. So I really wanted to change out on that. The other one that we use is the GoPro. Now this is only a GoPro Hero 2, it's an old one. You can see that it's actually here, like this is breaking off and the whole thing is just getting old. It does a good enough job, but again, one thing I didn't like with it is the sound, because the sound is so muffled inside the case. Even with the open back case it's not brilliant, but it's still usable and useful, and hopefully this year I'll be taking that one down to the water, because you can see we got this is the open back case, and this is this one here is the diving one that I use, because it's actually a lot better, the flat screen, than using a curved screen. They'll both go underwater if they've got sealed back on them. But this arrived yesterday. Brand new camera. This is an Olympus Stylus TG, what's it called? TG Tracker, Stylus TG Tracker. It's an action cam. It's very small, as you can see, just by the size of my thumb on it. But now this does a lot, this camera. This will go down 30 meters. It's got a light on the front there, so we can do some nighttime stuff. That little chrome piece you see there, that's so you can, if you're doing selfies or whatever, you can see yourself where you are on the camera. It actually goes onto like a hand thing like this, but I won't be using that probably. I'll be putting this, because it's got the same fittings as the GoPro, so I can use it on all my GoPro fittings that I've got, and I've got quite a lot of those. It'll film in 4K. If you switch that lens over, you'll need to switch the lens over if you're going to dive with it, but probably won't dive to start with, obviously. I'll use the other one for that, because I intend to get maybe my diving gear working this year. Well, it's actually working, it's just getting it out and using it. I need to go and dive down in the morning anyway, so, and once I get back in the water I tend to start doing a lot more. But hopefully that camera will work out to be really good. Now as far as sound, you don't need a case on it. It's fully waterproof as it is. You just need to, like I say, change the lens over, and there you go, totally waterproof. So you won't get that horrible sound. Hopefully it'll be a lot better than that you get with the GoPro. Now I think the modern, more newer GoPros are better, but like I say, for the price as well, I mean, GoPros are very expensive. Now, like I say, you can film in 4K. I'll probably still stick to the 1080, but just in case, I bought a couple of extra batteries as well, so we got 4 batteries in total. So that should keep us going. So hopefully I won't have any problems with running flat batteries all the time. I'll have plenty of batteries. Plus, if I take the other camera out, we'll be able to do that. And the other camera, I mean, I'll be able to put it in the water. We'll be able to do different angles. So hopefully this year we'll get a lot more footage and a lot better footage, having all this new equipment. So what have we been up to in the last few weeks while we've not been fishing? Well, we've been getting a lot of lures ready. You can see in here we've got box of lures here we're going to be using. So we've got all those ones in there. I've basically been rehooking them, putting on new hooks, you see there. I bought some galvanised ones as well for the lures that are a bit bigger and stay in the box. I don't change the hooks or over on so much. So we've got all those, and then we've got some more here. You'll see in there's a few in there. And if you come to this box, this is the sinking ones. I've got them in different boxes, they just won't fit in one. These are all the sinking ones that we're doing. You'll also notice what I've been doing as well is some of the lures that just don't work for their colour, been respraying them. So this year we're going with silver. I did do some white, didn't work too well, but sometimes I think the silver is just like, white is what I would normally have, a kind of white, but having a little bit of silver just offsets them against the sky when the fish is looking up. So like this one's got blue on the top and white on the silver underneath, but you know, I do that with the lures that don't work. Obviously like this one it works fine, so it doesn't need to change. These ones here, the purple one doesn't need to change, but the silver one had to be changed because I think that was bright yellow, and it just doesn't catch being bright yellow here. Maybe in other parts of the world it works fine, but not in our waters. And we got a few more in here which we can use for, we got some, these are the ones I'm going to use straight away, so that's why they're in that box, because that box is like, when I use them I'll throw them in that box to stop getting salt water in any of the storage boxes, and they can be taken home and just washed out and taken back just to preserve the life of them, because obviously if you throw a wet lure into one of these boxes with all the other lures, especially if you've got a box like this one which has got quite a few new ones in it, you're just going to make all your lures rust. And I've actually got a whole bunch of lures coming over from the US soon, so we're going to see what they're like when they arrive. And on top of that, if that's not enough, then if you look over there, there's a whole bunch of them in that dark corner there, and right up to there. And there's more even just sort of here hanging around, things I'm working on. So yeah, a lot of work with the lures. It's taken quite a long time actually to sort out all these lures and get all these hooks done and stuff painted that I didn't like the colour of. And over here we have our bucket which is ready to go. It's basically got the bearings in and some grease, because we're going to hopefully be going down and changing the bearings over very soon. We're just waiting for there's some cold weather coming, and it's supposed to be throwing a bit of snow our way and that, so I'm just waiting to get that out of the way, and the wind. We've got some wind today, it's not excessive, but it keeps coming up and going down consistently. So I went down there actually a couple of days, or a few days ago, and it was no wind at all, but the sea, it was like there was a 4-6 blowing. It was just terrible. There's so much swell, and that swell, that's the one thing that stops you. You know, the wind you can get away with to an extent, but as soon as you get swell with it, you're wasting your time. So anyway, we've got our pots are kind of ready, pretty much. Just got to stick some ropes on them, and they're all ready to go. You can see there, and then I can clear all this up, because it's an absolute mess out here. And this bobber was a bit of a naff colour, so I sprayed it with a bit of silver. So I've got a bling bobber to go out. Hopefully it'll be spotted. We've got another one under there. This is what I'll start with, and I'll put my proper ropes on once we start. But anyway, hopefully, like I say, in another week or two, within this week, well, we'll get this week out the way, and then we'll see what next week's like, and then hopefully we'll start seeing some fishing videos. I'd just like to thank all those people who have subscribed to the channel. It's helping the channel to grow, and I will try and bring you more and more content and lots of fish.